Welcome everyone. Thank you for being here to listen a bit of my history here at Mindira, or the way I changed the role inside Mindira. So my name is Thaís Oliveira, and I currently work as a product owner here at Mindira, but during the first year I was working in operations team, so more related to back office work. And Carolina invited me to be here to share how I changed my role here and a bit of my history. So I will get a bit personal because this journey didn't start at Mindira, but Mindira was a great facilitator for finishing everything. So the name is From Biology to Product Management, the necessary doubt. So you understand how the doubts were so important during my journey and why they were necessary and a trigger for me to change and to get to know more about stuff and to try to do a different thing. Wait, okay. So starting with a bit of context, back to 2017, I was a 24 years girl. In that time, I had a bachelor degree in biology, and only God knows why. Until now, I don't actually understand why I choose biology. I like biology, but never to work on it, just as a hobby. So at that time, I tried to manage between my college degree and part-time jobs, but no great work expectation for that part-time jobs. And I also had an incredible baby. In this picture, he has 3 months, so really young. And after every pregnancy, I was with the hormone cocktail going on. I was really worried about the future, always overthinking, and I felt always that I can't relax. So one thing that I did, especially after having my kids, was to start discussing things, professional things with friends, and start to ask for some help to try to figure it out how I can change the way I look to the work part. So I start to have some doubts and questions. So where should I go? Do I have the skills to search for another or better opportunities? How can I give a stable future for my kids? And from one hand, I heard some thoughts and doubts from coworkers and friends. No friends, but people that were close, like you will never go back to school after having a kid, it's impossible. But I also had some nice thoughts from some friends. So as you should not give up on you and I will help you. So this specially comment was done by Marcia. Marcia was a childhood friend. And at that time, Marcia had the same age as me, but were really enjoying the professional part of her career. So I started to ask Marcia, you know, what options I have, can you help me? And Marcia was really willing to help me on that. So one thing that I started to do, it was gathering some references. So I talked to some people that changed the role from biology to another type of works. In fact, the most of my colleagues from biology currently are working in tech or other markets not related to biology. So I also decided what I didn't want to be, and being in a lab, working in a lab was for sure the work I didn't want in that time. And of course, I tried to manage my expectation regarding I have a small kid, I need to work, so I need to find something that can help me change my current situation. So I found a master in service engineering and management. It was like a nice idea because there was no specific background required. So as I had at that time biology as the background, so there was no specific background. The content was a mix of management with engineering, so something that I was willing to learn more. And the master was flexible enough to manage with a full-time job. But of course, it was not so easy to join this master. So in the first session of interviews, I have this type of questions during the interview with the master's interviewers. So will you have time? It's such a small kid. Will the master's be your priority? You came from biology. Do you really think you have time? I need to mute. Okay, thank you. And of course, I was really afraid. I was not sure if I will be able to manage everything. So I just decided to try even with the fears. So I'm a bit stubborn. So after 1 year and 2 applications, I managed to get into MESC. So in the first time, I was not able to get in. So I wait 1 more year, keep the part-time jobs. And after 1 year, I tried to apply again, and it was successful. During this master, I found more about the IT world, the product and project management, and I start to learn more apart from the course. So taking some small courses from product and project management during that time. And in 2019, during a birthday dinner, I had a chat with Renata, and Renata was currently working in facilities team, in operations team at Mindira. And Renata told me about Mindira, told me about the need to find another person to the operations team. And during my research to understand how I can apply to Mindira, what are the skills they are asking for, I found the role of product owner. So not sure if you know, but product owner is a role that born with the Scrum methodology, the Scrum framework. So I was not totally sure about the role, but I read the specs and I found out that my master and the things that I want to work on was related to that role. So I tried to apply to both facilities in product owner team role. But during the interview, I met Sofia Reis and also Caldas in that time. And I explained why I applied for both and so on. But in that time, Renata was almost in a pregnancy leave. So they need someone to help on operations team. So during 1 year, I had the opportunity to learn a lot with facility team. It was awesome for me, in fact, because it was all new. So everything related to technology was everything new. So it was a year that I had the opportunity to work with the team, to understand the dynamics within a project, to learn how to give feedback, to learn more about Agile and Scrum, and understand more the tech language, what the hell is a shared lib, a debug, a refactor. It was everything new for me. And of course, I try to understand if developers are really humans and if this is the real world, because in the beginning it was really confusing, but it was also very funny because sometimes during the lunchtime, I didn't get anything from the conversations the team were having in the table. So with the time and experience, the things get better. So during this year, I tried to learn, and in 2020, during the pandemic, I started to work as a product owner in a real project. My experience was 100% remote for more than a year. I was also able to finish my master. Here you have the picture in the dissertation day with my kid, now with 3 years in that time. 3 years old. And also in 2021, I was invited to share knowledge about Agile and project management at Mindira School, which was a really special invitation from Sarah Cardoso. And I'm really happy because for me, it's the best way to understand and to learn is to share knowledge with others. So right now I'm trying to help these geeks, small geeks, to learn more. So some things that I discovered during this journey as a product owner. I realized that in fact, the product owner is not actually the bridge between the client and dev team, but we are part of the development team and we must manage the relationship with our client as our partner, as an extended part of our team. And of course, some things that helped me during this journey was have a mentor. So in fact, I consider I have two, one within the project and one outside the project. I suggest to take time to know the team, not only work-related stuff, get to know more about the people, the process, and the product, and of course, improve your communication skills. I felt this especially during the pandemic, of course, because we were all remote, but for this role, especially, the communication, I guess, is the one of the great skills we should improve. Apart from that, more things that I discovered, it was that Mindira, there was no better place to start this journey. As a mother, as a student, as a professional, and as a woman. Since day one, Mindira knew about my plans and my dreams, and they were really open to help me and facilitate everything, which was great for me. I was really young with a small kid. In the first picture is during the Halloween party at Mindira. So Mindira has a lot of events that you can bring your family to be close to you. So it was really nice. And also I was able to manage the time between the master and the work. My team supported me a lot because I need to take some days off to do the works, the project and so on. And it was really a safe place to do this change. Mindira is a growth mindset company. So as I said before, it's really a good space that you can fail, you can learn from your mistakes and you are able to improve it. The organization culture is trust over control. So you are really responsible for your work. So you have no one, any manager to ask to do your work. It's your responsibility. We take care of each other and we work together as a team. So of course, it was really essential the support I had from facilities team and actually my current project during the time. Imagine I need to take the day off because my kid is sick, so they are always supportive. And of course, Mindira is a place that we can change. So it was really, really nice to me. Here in these pictures, it was the culture cake on a Lemonworks event that I helped during the organization as an operations team. This is Renata working in operations team as well. A Mindera school project presentation, it was the first one. And here in the bottom right, we have the first team building ever. It was after 18 months as a PO. So it was really nice to finally meet everyone, client and the team together. So I'm done for now. As I said, the doubts and questions are really important for me as to work as a trigger. So I keep asking myself how I can learn more. Should I learn more about programming? Should I learn more about data and machine learning? How is the IT market growing? And I keep asking myself how I can improve. So that's it. Thank you for being here. And if you need anything, you can reach me. If you know anyone else that is facing the same, so even if it's not at Mindira, but some friend or some family, please, you can reach me. I can try to help you and to give some guidance. So thank you. Any questions? Anything that you want to ask? Any curiosity about Mindira and Mindira school or something like that? Okay, so yeah, Damien. Sorry, I thought you will talk.
I was just going to ask, I was waiting to see if anyone didn't want to jump in. Yeah, I was just going to ask, because you were talking about what things you want to learn next, what your focuses for learning at the moment.
Yeah, I just finished a small course that MindSwap, that is the Mindera Code Academy. So I just finished 1 month intensive course of programming. So I try to learn more about the tech part, because working as a product owner, I think it's really important to get to know more about the technology and the way the devs talk, just to be easiest the meetings and the refinement and the discussions about the solution, the tech solution. My next step, I want to learn more about the accountability and finance, just to understand the first part of the project when some clients reach a company to try to build something, what are the math parts of it. And I want to also learn more about metrics and the tools to analyze metrics in a product, because in Mindira we have the product owner role, not product manager role. So I think during my daily work, we are not so close to the metrics, so I want to learn more about that. Apart from the tech skills, I also, anytime I have the opportunity, because in Mindira, we have workshop sessions from time, mainly done by Marta and Luís Simões from Culture. So I always try to get to know more about feedback, self-management, communication skills. So everything that I could join, I try to join, of course, managing with the time I have in my project and personal life, as you were able to see, because I have a kid. And that's it.